Welcome to the refill. Welcome to the refill. I'm your host, Ron Daniel. Friday night double hitter, double hitter. Listen, if you're just not tuning in, this is the refill. This podcast is dedicated to everything gospel rap, the artists, the DJs, the influencers, the promoters, everybody who make gospel rap roll, click, move, everything. Tonight we got another guest, man. We had MKJ on at 6 on the first podcast tonight. We got the 8 p.m. show. We got another what I call one of the young kings in this thing. I'm telling y'all, they've been putting it down. This cat right here been putting it down as long as I can remember. I'm talking about all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. I knew him as Young Titan back in the day. Now it's Titan, it might be Big Titan. We're going to talk about it a little bit. We're going to bring him in real quick. He going to introduce himself, man. We're going to get this show cranked up. Titan, what's happening, bro?
What it do, homie?
Man, talk to me, man. What's happening?
Man, it's just in time for a refill, bro. I am honored to be on with you today.
Yes,
How's
sir.
it going? I'm Titan, man. I'm Titan. You can call me Young Titan. I might switch it to Big Titan. I turned 30 Sunday, so I'm debating, bro.
Right. I tell you what, man. Hey, I was telling everybody, man, that you been doing this forever, for as long as I can remember, man. And tonight, when we was getting ready for the show, I was just looking at the lineup. I said, man, we got MKJ on the 6, we got Titan on at 8. I said, okay, we're gonna call this the Young Kings segment because y'all boys been putting it down, man. Y'all been making music forever. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I tell the cats that, you know, people that come on to this podcast, I tell them all the time, I say, you know, we keep our ear to the ground, everything dealing with gospel rap, man. I done seen cats, hold on, bro. I done seen cats come and go. I done seen cats come in hot and leave out cold. But the thing that impressed me, and the one thing about me, I'm a straight shooter, so I'm going to shoot it straight to you. I ain't doing it because it's a show. But the one thing that impressed me is seeing cats do it over and over and over and over again. Because, you know, that gospel rap grind, it's a different monster. And so, man, introduce yourself to the folks, man. Let them know where you're from, man. Let them know what you do, man. We're going to get into this thing.
Man, what it do, everybody, all the listeners, man? My name is Young Titan. I am a gospel hip-hop artist from the great city, Memphis, Tennessee. I love God, I love young people, and I love family. That's what I kind of surround my music around, man. You really said a lot about how you see a lot of people come in and come out, man. It never was a thing that I wanted to benefit strictly from. You know what I'm saying? I always looked at it as an opportunity to serve people and to you know, allow God to use my gift. No telling where he may take me in doing so. So it's not something that I can just stop and quit because it's not working, because it don't supposed to work just for me, you know. So you man, I love it, man, and I'm very honored for people like you, man, who really helped mold me in my younger years. You know what I'm saying? Helping me to see not only the music and the fun side, but what we here for. So man. Yeah, but that's me though. That's what I'm about. I'm about influence. I'm about music, and I'm about God and family, man. That's tight.
Already. I'm gonna go back a little bit before I ask you this first question, man. I remember. I was somewhere. It was in Memphis. I don't know who hosted this event. It might have been. I'm thinking it might have been Super Mario, or it might have been. Man, I can't think of this pastor name, but you was at that. That's when I first heard your music. And I was like,
was it like at a church or a club?
It was a church. It was a church.
Okay.
It was
okay.
God, what's the name? I can't think of the name of that dude. I see his face. I just can't think of his name. It's gonna come to me in a minute. You know, if
that's how it is with Memphis pastors. Right. I know.
Right. But I remember being there, and I told some cats sitting beside me. I said, "Hey man, dude gonna be all right." I told Mario that. I said, "Dude gonna be all right." And he was like, "Man, what you talking about?" I said, "Hey man, dude, because you were younger then." And I was like, I told him, I said, hey man, I can't put my finger on it. I said, but he gonna be all right. You know, it's kind of like you watching sports and you see a cat. Like I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna jump back in the interview. When y'all got John Morant for the Grizzlies. When I saw the cat playing in Murray and he dunked on dude, I was watching the game. I just see it on the highlight.
You was watching that game?
I was watching the game and he dunked on dude. I said, that dude right there is a dog. Automatic dog.
Wow.
I didn't know Memphis was gonna get him, but when he went to Memphis, I said, hey, y'all straight. I said, that dude right there gonna get a title. Wow. Same thing what I'm saying about you, same thing about MKJ, man. Y'all the young kings, man. So take us back to what got you started in gospel rap in the first place.
Yeah, man. First of all, shout out to MKJ. You know, one of the loyal guys that I get to look right, you know, beside me and see that he's still right here fighting with me. You know, it's good to see that over 10 years. So man, I got started, you know how normal rappers get started. I was heavily influenced by hip hop. Famously Master P, the Hot Boys, the kind of New Orleans rap. Kind of got into Lil Wayne, became my favorite artist. And my thing was that my mom took me to church all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I can say in my raps that I grew up in the hood, because I really did. I grew up in North Memphis, in Fraser, but my mom North, but my mom, she did so much to, to protect me and my brother as a single mother. So we always knew better, you know what I'm saying? So I used to write, raps about, the street life and, and using vulgar language and talking about women. I wasn't living it, but it was just the environment I was in. And even then I felt uncomfortable doing it because I feel like it was more, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the violence in my community and the gang life in my community, that's all that they showed me, you know what I'm saying? So I like, well, that's it. You know what I'm saying? I see that, that's it. And I figured that there has to be more to do. There has to be more to write about. There has to be another life to live. It has to be something. And the closer that I got into God and church, I saw the other side of life. You know what I'm saying? The side where, you choosing to make, better decision making. And that's what I wanted to rap about. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the bad way, I wanted to remix it the good way. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I got started doing Christian remixes and taking these rapper songs, these beats, and just putting God and scripture all on it. And that's where it started, man. In the church, the small churches in my city kind of supported, a young man doing that. And that's how I met Super Mario. And, that's how it became. That's how it happened.
Right. I remember, I won't say at that same event, you was throwing out mixtape. One of your mixtapes came out. Out, and I can't remember which one. I still get that thing, man.
Stop it.
Hey, they say, no cap. I get it for real. I still get it, man. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be upfront with you, man. One of the songs on that scratching so hard, man, I can't, it's on the CD, so it's scratch. I'm like, man, every time I get to a certain part of that song, it just scratch. I said, man, okay. And I ain't got no CD clean or nothing. But man, the thing's still bumping. I'm gonna tell you which one it was. It was one you had, it was a lot of Batman references.
The influence,
Yes, sir.
The influence. That was the first attempt at an album. Like
right.
Super Mario and C. Micah. This is why it's always important to have guys in the kingdom, brothers of Christ to look up to. You know what I'm saying? To look after you. There was like Titan. Look, you killing these Christian remixes. You know what I'm saying? But this music ain't yours.
Right.
You can't do nothing with this music. I'm like, I just wanna rap. But,
right.
During the influence, they was trying to show me to be to make my own music, and that was a struggle for me to actually think of my own idea. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really rely on God on that album because I was trying something new. I was creating songs from scratch and making them
Man,
beats.
that
I made half the album.
right. Man, that influence I'm talking about, man, that thing. Look, I was just telling MKJ earlier. I said, man, I got just, I know we in this whole streaming thing now, but I'm talking about just from the CDs.
Yeah,
I get stacks and just stacks and stacks of gospel rap music. I bump it real heavy. When I heard that, I said, hey man, I said this dude on something else. And then
yeah,
how everything was put together. I said, hey man, this thing yoking, this thing bumping for real. Let me ask you this,
man,
man. When you first
man.
jumped into gospel rap, what was
Hmm.
what was your first initial just thoughts on it? Now you saying, okay, I'm finna do this for real. What was your first initial thoughts on
What to be honest with you, like I didn't know that gospel hip hop was a thing when I first started doing it.
it? Right.
Um, so like I said, my mom used to always keep me in church, and she used to always put me in these plays.
Mm-hmm.
And in these plays, she used to direct plays, so I had to do the music, and I didn't want to do the music, but of course it's my mama, she gonna slap me, so
Right.
I'm playing the music of the
Right.
opening scenes, and they came to a point in one play where they needed someone to make a Christian hip hop song.
Right.
And I was like, "Ooh, let me do it. I can rap. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
know enough about Jesus love me that I can remix some stuff." And I spit that verse. I did the remix from a Jay-Z song. What was the song? Public Announcement, Jay-Z. And
Right.
I did a 16 to the verse, and I remember doing it in one of my mom's audition, and my mom immediately, she was just crying. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying? And me and my mom, we had that moment, you know what I'm saying? Because she always kind of, shoved aside my love for hip hop. But
Right.
she saw that, you know what I'm saying, it changed a lot. So she kind of pushed harder for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? She was pushing hard. And one day we was driving and we was listening to the radio. And in Memphis, they got this station called the Kingdom Party with
Mm.
RJ Groove, where they mix,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And it was my first time hearing it. And I heard a Mr. Dale song called You Can Do It Too.
Yo.
You can do it
Yo.
too.
Oh
And I was
damn.
like, yeah, and I was like, what? People actually doing this? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You can on the radio too?
Right.
Sign me up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I loved it. I couldn't wait. Like once I found out Christian hip hop was a thing, I was ready for it, bro. I was ready.
Right. You name some heavy hitters too, man. Old Dale. We got Dale on next week. And RJ Groove, man, we got to get him on sometime, man. Old RJ Groove, we ran to, had some run to each other in Memphis, different events, but
Mm-hmm.
man, the Kingdom, Kingdom Party, his show on radio, man. That's what I love about when I hear what's going on in Memphis or what's going on in Houston, even here in the city, man. Cats just collabing and trying to do gospel rap the right way. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
whenever I go in Memphis, I'm saying, hey, they doing it the right way. Or you go into
Yeah.
Houston, hey, they doing it the right way. So let
Yeah.
me ask you this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
When you first put your first the influence together and you was coming up with the concepts and all that stuff, when you finally got it done, what was your initial I guess your initial thinking as far as like how you gonna put it out there, how you gonna promote it, and in hopes of how people gonna respond to it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's. I wasn't insecure,
Right,
but when you putting out music for the first time that you kind of created in your basement, you know what I'm saying, and
right,
you just kind of took care of it and loved it and nurtured it, and like when you give it out to the public, you know what I'm saying, it's to me it's like giving my baby, my creation out.
right,
So
right,
I can be very sensitive about it, you know what I'm saying. I kind of grown from that, but um I loved the project because it was the theme, you know what I'm saying? It was like it was all God, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't me. It was just like, wait a minute, I should connect these dots with superheroes and blah blah. It was like a God thing. Even
right,
the cover, like everything just came into fruition. And it was a great process, and I loved it, and people responded well to it, and I think those songs is the songs that I performed most in my career. The Get Saved and We're
Right,
Doing It for
right.
God and The Flash. It was the first song that I got to feature Mr. Dale on. Like Mr. Dale was an idol for me when I
Right.
first heard him in the car. So to get him on a song with me and shoot a video,
Right, right.
like that whole album process just blew my mind. Even my first collab with Fro and the features, the collabs with Super Mario and C Michael, not on a real song but on the interlude. Like it was fun making the project. It was fun mixing it and putting the voiceovers and writing. I loved it. I loved it.
Right, right, right. Let me ask you this, bro. Now, like I say, I tell anybody this, man, and this is just my own little saying that I say, if you been in anything 5 years, I don't care if it's music, marriage, business, consider yourself an expert because you've seen the ups, the downs, the
Oh yeah.
ups, and the downs. Um,
Yeah.
in gospel rap, tell us, the people that's listening, like share with us the successes that you've had and the headaches that you have in gospel rap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just pretty. It's pretty easy. Let's see. Well, first of all, you know, I don't like when people like to pin, gospel rap and secular rap. You
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying? Gospel rap in itself is it's a genre, and it's not it's kind of complicated in the sense of the music industry.
right,
But if I simplify it to just worship for me, then it's just worship.
right,
But like when it comes to like music industry stuff, that's when it kind of can get complicated, because now you got to think, business wise, and now you got to be realistic about the audience, to be realistic about, what you actually doing as an artist.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Like I know my music is pleasing to God. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And I know with my music alone in my community, I can serve within it. But if I'm thinking like globally, you know what I'm saying, then I feel like there's a part of me that have to be intentional with my moves. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Just being realistic. And that's when things can get cloudy, because now you can sacrifice certain stuff for industry,
right, right,
and
right,
and that's why, and this is what I believe. That's why I think you see cats that don't survive in it, because if it's not a first love for you, and if your heart is not truly in it, then the industry side can eat you alive.
yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? But the industry side can't touch me because I have God and I don't need them.
Right,
But I would like 1 million streams.
yes, sir. Hey, just keeping it real, man. And you know what, bro? A lot of these cats don't keep it real. I tell cats all the time. I said, man, look. I said, we do this podcast for the reasons, everything I mentioned in the beginning. Cause this podcast is to celebrate Jesus and to celebrate what Cass is doing in gospel rap. What we like to have 1 million views, 1 million subscribers, man,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
And that's just being
Yeah, yeah,
real. But
yeah.
a lot of cats be like, I just do it for the Lord. I'm good. I said, I get it. I said, but
Hmm.
when you throw in the business side of it, yeah, you want 1 million streams and 1 million views, and then somebody say, hey man, Titan is on doggone BET Awards, man, rap.
Yeah.
It cause you celebrating the king. So
Yeah.
I love the way you put that, because a lot of cats I know on the business side, and just what I've seen over the years, I say this all the time, that the business side is what I think gospel rap is where we weak at. The business infrastructure is where we weak at,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we still get cats saying, I travel all over the country for free and for a chicken sandwich, and then you got cats that's saying, hey, now I got to get paid. I need a
Oh
hotel,
yeah.
I need
Oh yeah.
honorarium. Here go my fee.
Yeah.
All that stuff. So, talk about what you seen business wise,
Oh
as far as I'll talk on it, man. As far as what you see that's lacking
yeah.
in gospel rap. Talk on it, bro.
Well, So you know, a part of me being a Christian artist,
Right.
I've also been a youth minister and a youth pastor
Right.
for
Right.
over 5 years. This is my first year. I took a break from it. Well, took a sabbatical from it this year, but you know, so I've been, you know, in communication with Christian hip hop artists, you know, to bring them to the city, you
Right.
know, because you know it's something that you support. You know, you want to see the growth of the ministry. You want your young people to see rappers that glorify Christ. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I bring them out. And I remember I've talked to Triple E's manager. I talked to Lecrae's manager. I booked Derek Minor twice, Cannon once. I was a part of concerts booking Thizzle and
Right.
Reconcile. So the business side is very important, and and as Christians, we have to look at money not as a sin. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because you know, truth be told, we need money to fund this.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to be smart when it comes to our money and what we spending on and sponsoring. Like I said, if I was one of those artists, and I was one of those artists this year when it came to business side, is I just want to do music for God. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But God is telling me, no, Titan, I put more in you than to just do a song. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like I need you to put your all into your craft. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? So now I'm thinking next year I know how to maneuver and get a million streams. It's all about consistency. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It's all about excellence. It's all about the grind work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we can move in consistency. We can have that grind work and still be righteous. You know what I'm saying? And I
Right.
believe that God can still bless that work. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if I'm just putting songs out on iCloud and posting them on Facebook, I really can't expect a real return. You know what I'm saying? If
Right.
I'm
Right.
not if I'm not devoted on the business side, you know what I'm saying? So like I'm talented. I can rap. I can out rap anybody. You know what I'm saying? But
Right. Right.
what I'm learning is, and Dale will tell me in a second. He'll tell me, Titan, you can now rap me, but you can't now grind me. You know
Oh.
what I'm saying? And our
Right.
lifestyles
Right.
shows that because Dale, you know what I'm saying? When I was underneath his umbrella,
Right.
I saw his business side. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And I respected his craft and I respected his music, but being able to see what he does in the background and what Derek Mine and Cannon does in the background, you know, that what makes it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I booked Cannon 2 years ago and he set his whole stage up, the microphone, everything himself. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a lot, bro. It's
Right.
more than just going in that studio.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, you hit it on the head, man. I tell cats all the time, man, that, some cats, I talk to a lot of cats in here in the city, and, you know, I tell them, man, the same thing you say. I said, man, look, it ain't no magic formula to this stuff.
Yes.
It's if God, this what I tell cats how I view how God do things. God will say, hey, Ron Daniel, do a podcast. I said,
Yeah.
okay. Call it this. Okay. And then he just walk away. You know,
Mm.
then you just like, okay. And he'll say, it's kind of like how he did Noah. He said, and I ain't trying to get no preacher thing. It's kind of like, say, hey, Noah. Noah, like, all right, Lord, what you want? Hey, Noah, I need you to build this boat. Do it like this, some rain coming. And
Yeah.
he walked away. You see what I'm saying? And but the thing is, I believe God. He just sit back in the cut. And he sit on his throne. He just kind of watch. I said, okay, I'm gonna
For
see
real.
what he gonna do. And then
Yes.
as we
Yes.
start to build, that's why I been telling cats here. I said, man, God is into when you honoring Him with that talent and that gift you get. When you do
Yeah.
that, then He start opening up them doors. I like what you said. It ain't just the talent.
Yeah.
I watched Dale too for years, and when I met Dale at the Holiday Inn over
Mm.
by Best Buy in Memphis at the Orlando Drapers conference. That's how long ago it was. him. I'm gonna tell you, it was him, Super Mario, Percy, Ride Dog.
Percy.
Yes, sir. Percy that was getting loose up in there. Ride Dog, all them boys. They was like, man, who they do from Little Rock coming up in here, man? They ain't from Memphis. But they was like,
Yeah.
oh, y'all boys, y'all all right, y'all come on back. So I seen the grind for years and years.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but what you saying is true, man. Is that I tell cats, I say, it ain't no magic, nothing. It's just God say, hey, Titan, I want you to do this. Hit on
Yep.
the song. Let me see
Yeah.
what you get. And then he started to do everything else. So I like
Yeah.
what you said that, man. Let me ask you this, man. You in Memphis, you see everything, you see what's going on in Memphis. Tell me
Mhm.
about the gospel rap scene in Memphis, uh, just from all the years you've been in. How is it to you? Every city have their own different flair. I like to say their own flair. We got our flair. Houston got their
Yeah.
flair. Dallas, Memphis, Atlanta, LA, wherever they got their own little flair. But how is the Memphis scene to you from the years you've been in it?
Yeah, man. Years. So it's almost like it's so many of us here. Let me say
Right, it is. It
that.
is. It sure is. Y'all heavy.
It's so many of us. So in my position, now that I'm growing up,
Right,
I have an opportunity and an assignment to embrace. If
right,
I see you, um, you know, Christian rap, you know what I'm saying, rapping about God, glorifying God, you're a rapper, you from the city, you know
right,
what I'm saying? I feel automatically obligated to, man, send you a message, send you some encouragement, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right.
Because I know how it is, you know what I'm saying? I
Yes,
know how
sir.
it feels when one person support you, you know what
Yes,
I'm saying?
sir.
How one person can help you create that other song. So, once I seen in the years, man, I seen some people fall out. You
Right,
know,
right,
I seen people that I looked up to and admire fall out as well, and and during these years, I'm also growing as a man, and you know what I'm saying, as a father. So I'm going through experiences as the city is,
right,
but what I can say as far as Christian hip hop Memphis in 2020, I believe that we are now at a level where everybody is really trying to unite. You know what
right,
I'm
right.
saying? And we're family. You know what I'm saying? We're family. Like I know MKJ, and a million. Like it's so many of us, but
Right.
we're a family. We're a family, and I did a show last year at the Minglewood Hall, which is a big venue
Yeah, yeah.
in the city. And my agenda was to try to get every Christian hip hop in Memphis on that stage.
Right, 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 right,
You know what I'm saying? And even then, I still left 100 people out because it's so many of us.
right.
But that helped build momentum. So what I can say about Christian hip hop right now in Memphis is that we're growing and we're uniting. And I'm excited to see what we're gonna do in 2021. And I'm excited to collab with all the newcomers and and everybody, bro. But we're good, and this COVID is kind of really forcing us to communicate not only about music but about life and
Right,
real
right, right.
stuff.
I was just about to jump into that. Like what they say, we're gonna segue into that. I'm learning all this media lingo now. They talk about we're gonna segue into this next thing. But talk about the COVID thing, man. COVID, COVID then it got everybody running half speed. Man. I'm ready to get up
Yeah.
there and get on board some of this slow mo flow Holy Ghost gumbo, and I'm ready. But I'm like, man, I can't. I like to get out there with the people, but I can't. So
Yeah.
how is this COVID? How are you able to maintain and continue to maneuver around in COVID with gospel rap? We're gonna talk about the project you just dropped, but talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit.
Yeah, COVID has slowed down a lot of things. One of the things that I hate that COVID slowed down is church.
Right, right, right,
It really slowed church down, and a shout out to my pastor Terrell Munger at One Accord Church. He does an excellent job of keeping the momentum going.
right.
Um, but as far as like doing Christian hip hop, I loved it because deep inside, Ron, I'm an introvert.
Right.
So I like not really going places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was cool until like July came and it was like, okay, it's time for some shows now, right?
Wasn't no emails, no inboxing. Can you speak? Can you rap? None of that. Hey, I know, man. I know.
It was really different. Like you never know what you got until it's gone. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying?
Yes, sir.
So I'm used to like turning up with the youth and
Mm-hmm.
pouring water on people and playing all kinds of fun, sticky, nasty youth games,
Right.
and none of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So everything has basically become virtually. I was able to connect with a church and some young people to do a virtual. I mean, not to do a virtual show, but to do an actual concert
Right.
with having people 6 feet apart. With me and MKJ collabed on it, and that was good. And I had an opportunity to recently fly out in Atlanta, but that was that was a show that it was virtually, and there wasn't no audience at the show, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
and it's different, man. What I like about it is I get more time to create. Like I've
Right.
recorded over 20 songs, but it's different, bro. It's very
Right.
different.
Let me ask you this, dog. Now, you now, I like. I tell people all the time. People that know me know. I tell them. I say, I talk to a ton of artists about artist stuff, but I like talking to artists that youth pastors or pastors because
Yeah.
y'all it's like y'all see the game from the inside. It's kind of like y'all the coach and the player. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like a coach player. So how has when the ask this, how did you become the youth pastor in the first place? How did that come about? You being the youth pastor, and then the second question to that, the second part of that is, now you being the youth pastor, how do you view gospel rap, the importance of gospel rap being a youth pastor now?
Yeah. So being young,
Right.
and being and so it wasn't hard for me to be a youth pastor. I feel like I was forced into it.
Right. Break that thing down, dog.
I'm 15, 16, 17 years old going to all kinds of churches in my city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, me, Super Mario, we doing this every day. And I believe that these churches, these pastors, they're watching me grow. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And as soon as I got married, like as soon as I got married, me and my wife just started getting calls from all types
Right.
of churches. And to be honest, man, only thing that I wanted to do is to make disciples at that time. I was so just stick on changing the world.
Right.
I just wanted
Right.
to I just wanted to change the world with my music, man. And I thought if I could record enough songs, then I was gonna change the world. And I enjoyed the feeling that I give young people, you know what I'm saying, that we let them see Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
Right.
not as your parents see Jesus, but I can give you my personal testimony on how I received Jesus, and it's different, but I know it's him.
Right.
And young people kind of gravitate to God is really real. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I don't have to choose this violent life. I can choose the light. You know what I'm saying? I can
Right.
choose prosperity. I can choose legacy. You know what I'm saying? I want that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I wanted to share that with young people, and it didn't matter what denomination, it didn't matter who, where, big church, small church, it didn't matter about money. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be used by God, and that's how it happened. And of course, I've grown and was able to find a church home that was amazing for me and my wife. And
Right.
we got an opportunity that was just a blessing to our family and a blessing to the community at the time. And being a youth pastor, it's amazing. It's
Right.
just amazing. And I got that time to be the coach. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
got that
Yeah.
time to infiltrate the Lecrae's, the Troops, the TCOs, the Supers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And give young people a different vibe. So that was my main goal, man. Is to influence for God and to show people God. and in a hip hopish way, bro.
Right. That's what's up, man. Cause I tell people all the time. I say, man, you know, when it comes to gospel rap, I've talked to, and I know you have too. I've talked to a ton of pastors, man, a ton of pastors, and they always tell me about their problems and the issues with, uh, I guess, just galvanizing their youth to be excited about coming to church, be excited about youth night. And my thing to them is always, well, bro, all you got to do is give them what they used to hearing. They love rap.
Please,
I remember going to a
please.
church. Look here, I went to a church one time, and I shocked the pastor. 'Cause he brought me out. Hey man, they brought us out, took care of us, man. We got up there, and right before the song, right before I started rapping my songs, I was whoever was hot at that time. I rapped at least a line.
Yeah,
Just to show this past, cause they was looking at me like the cats. They was like, man, what this dude know about whoever it was or Future, whoever it was at the time, maybe about 3-4 years ago. And so the pastor was sitting on the side. He looking at me like, say, man, he had this look like, we ain't been you in here for that. But I was showing him
yeah,
like, hey, this what they listening to. Just bring some more of this in here. Bring some more of this gospel rap in here. They know
yeah,
what rap is. You know, you can't.
yeah.
My whole thing is churches need youth pastors like yourself. The youth
That
pastors don't need to be 60, 70 years old trying to bring
I
in
100%,
right,
and that's right. That's the 100% facts right there. That
right.
right there.
Cause see the thing I tell them, I said when you bring in somebody that's connected to the culture in general, they don't even have to be a gospel rap artist. They just connected to culture. They know what's going on. They know who a Cardi B is. You see what I'm saying? They said, well, why you say that? I said, because we all see this stuff on TV. We see the media.
We see it.
We
We
see
see it.
it every day.
Hmm.
I said, so you can't bring in the gospel jubilees or the little blind boys from Alabama doing quartet music. And whoever watching this, I ain't trying to put down quartet music. It just ain't my lane. But you can't bring that in trying to get to these young cats. Cause they gonna pull
Yes.
their phone out and start looking on their timeline talking about, hey man, they bought these old dudes over there singing with these guitars. They trying to hear that. So I love talking to the pastors and they talk about everything. I'm like, man, all y'all have to do. I say it's so many gospel rap artists out here. Just post on Facebook and Instagram. I'm looking for gospel rappers to come to my church. I said, I promise you gonna get about 50 submissions quick.
Oh yes. Oh
Just like that.
yes.
Just like
Oh
that. So
yeah.
when I told him, I said, that's the thing. Let me ask you this, bro. The issues with the youth and the church, keeping them occupied. Now we kind of tapping in on it now. Just keeping them
Hmm.
occupied because you see it as youth pastor. What is some of the things that you do to keep them occupied about just being excited about Jesus? And then what are some of the things that they go through that you can
Yeah.
help them with, showing them like how gospel rap, just introducing them to gospel rap in general.
Yeah. Yeah. So when it comes to being a youth pastor, like I took that job, I took that assignment very, very seriously.
Right.
And because you a shepherd over young people, and young people will ask you these questions, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
and about life, you know what
Yes,
I'm saying.
sir.
So when you get them an answer, you got to make sure that you really, in tune with God. You have your heart open and listening, you know what I'm saying, because you're about to give advice to this young person.
Right.
So
Right.
how me and my wife connect with these young people, we put ourselves in a situation, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, like I'm not finna get on you for doing that sin, because I know how you was thinking, you know what I'm saying, I
Right.
know your
Right.
thought process in making that decision.
Right.
So
Right.
instead of attacking you about that sin, let's talk about their thought process, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, let's talk about what you was feeling that got you there. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about that. And students, you know what I'm saying, young people, they see right through the fake. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
They got parents that go to church and do what they do. So they already know, you know what I'm saying? So we have to be real with the young people. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
We can't just gather them in a room and be like, "Yay, we did good." You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a mission, there has to be
Right.
an assignment, there has to be an agenda, and it has to all be surrounded and filled with love. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Young people do not want to go inside of a building where they know they're going to be judged. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's the same with these millennials. And as Christians, we have to understand that if we're going to sit them down and talk about them, then they're not going to listen. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
in the way that this world is kind of, I wouldn't say upgrading, but you just moving and changing.
Right.
We kind of have to change the way we approach these young people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it ain't like, come on, Rufus, get your butt in church. We can't do it like that no more.
He ain't coming.
It worked for me,
Right,
but it ain't
right.
gonna work for Tyrone next door. You know what
No,
I'm saying? I gotta
man.
be like, I gotta shake it up with Tyrone. Tyrone, we got pizza
Right.
in this joint next Friday. It's gonna be some different music. Man, come chill with us. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Gonna be some teenagers. We might hoop. You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Right.
attract them, and they'll never leave.
Right. Right. But man, you know what? You hit it on the head because I done had so many conversations with cats who just told me straight up and down. They said, bro, we like your music, man. We see you out here on this stage outside. It's 90 degrees. Man, I ain't coming to church. I'm out here doing what I'm doing. And I'm talking about just straight up and down with tell you. They're like, well, man, but
Yeah,
I've learned to be like, that I understand with God, it's a process. And I tell people it's not instant microwave stuff with him.
yeah,
It's a process. It's being that light. It's just walking
yes,
around these cats and saying, "Hey, man, look, I'm not finna. I'm able to reach cats just by playing Madden. You see what I'm saying? Or
yeah, yeah,
dominoes. Or they say, hey, man,
yeah.
you play spades, Uno. I say, yeah. And you just playing the game, and then next you know, a conversation might spark. And then, especially
Boom.
if it's about God, the first question going to you anyway. Hey, Ty, what you think about it?
Yeah,
So I've learned to just, like the Bible say, be wise when it comes
yeah.
to, getting at folks. Let me ask you this, bro. You got kids, man. They know they daddy rap. How they feel about daddy rapping, man? And then too, cause I got two daughters, and man, it's the most embarrassing thing to me. My wife, let me tell you what she do to me. She catch me off guard because I just bought this DJ controller. I ain't trying to be
Hmm.
no DJ. I just bought it because we trying to do this radio component to this podcast. So
Yeah,
I'm in there.
yeah.
I got the living room cranked up, bumping everything. So here come my wife coming there. She jump on the Bluetooth, cut the Bluetooth speaker on. She playing my music. I just sit on the couch and laugh because they know all my song word for word.
Yeah.
How your kids when they know daddy rap, how do they respond? And then I tell people this all the time. I said I have a teenager. She 14. I got a 6-year old, and I know my 14-year old. She see everything now.
Uh-huh.
She quiet too. So I had to, I go in there and hey, I know you looking at stuff, and she asked some questions. So how are you able to, when your kids come to you like, hey, Dad, some song might be hot in the street by Project Pat somewhere in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that thing bumping,
Yeah.
but it ain't about Project Pat. Like, break that down, man.
Yeah. So my kids, they're still kind of small.
Right,
So
right,
I think my oldest daughter is the only one that knows that I'm not famous.
right, right, right.
My other two still think I'm somebody.
Hey, my 6-year old like that, man. My 6-year old say, but Daddy, you on TV? I'm like, yeah,
You
baby.
on TV?
So yeah, baby, that's me. That's my baby though.
Yeah, so I love it. I love it. My kids are really they are my secret formula now when it
Right,
comes to making music because they approve all my hooks. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
If a hook ain't slapping, they ain't gonna repeat it. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
if I record in the studio and they walk down the hallway, singing one day, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a keeper right there
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
because
sir.
they singing it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
So I love it. I love music. My kids they respect the recording time. They love the live shows. I know they miss the live shows, but they love it. My youngest daughter, she's 1 year old. She spent the most time with me you know, in the studio, and I believe she's amazed.
Right.
She's amazed at the process of putting my voice on an actual song and playing it back. So it's beauty in it, man, and they're no stranger to recording and hearing themselves all the time too. So you know, we have a creative family, you know, my wife as well. So they kind of used to it. They used to it.
Right. How long you been married, bro?
I've been married. Oh my God, Ron, why did you do this?
I catch it too. They asked me, I was like, say, man, I know it was 04, 05. I said, I know it's one of them years. Hey, my wife was walking there, be like, yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Nah, it'll be 10 years next year. 10 years
Right.
next year.
Yeah. You an expert.
Yeah.
What else? A coach in marriage. Yeah, you done been there, done that. But you know what? You know one thing I love too, man, is talking to cats that's married doing this. Nothing against cats that ain't. There's nothing against
Yeah.
them. It's just it's a different dynamic, especially if you have a spouse that support and
Oh yeah.
understand what you do. You know, 'cause I tell
Yeah.
kids, I said, I'd seen some spouses. You know, I didn't I didn't seen it, man. Where I had some, private conversations where Cass was like, she tripping calls. I got another show, and I'm like, when they be like, well, what is it, man? Your wife? I said, man, I just thank God because she understand what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not only that, it's like in our household, if my wife, she busy too, so she in the front, I play the back. And if I'm in the
Yeah.
front, she play the back. So it's vice
Yeah.
versa, and that's how we work. And it ain't no grudge, it ain't no, oh God dog, here we go
Yeah.
again. So man, I love hearing that, especially because rap don't show that side. It's a lot of secular boys out there that's married
Yeah.
that you wouldn't know it until like they was like, oh man, ain't no dude was married and been married for 10
Watch
years. But
for
they
real.
never talk about it. And I love that with
Hmm.
gospel rap because gospel rappers show that side and write
Yeah.
songs about that side. So
Oh yes.
yes,
Oh
sir.
yes.
Let me ask you this, man. When you first got married, now
Mhm.
your wife when y'all met and did all that thing, how did she respond to you being a gospel rapper? What was her response?
Um. Yeah. That's crazy. I met my wife at a show.
Right.
she, I met her at a show, and she also had to sing at that same show.
Right.
And you know, I went on before her, and she was like, she came up to me. She was like, "I have to follow that now. You just, you know, got all these folks crunk. Now I got to go up there and tone them down." And
Right.
and that was kind of hilarious. And we dated after that. But my wife has always been very, very, very supportive of you know, my craft. Even
Right.
when we were just dating, she was my manager, and like I didn't have a car. You know what I'm saying? When I was 17, fresh out of high school, she was
Right.
already in college, and she used to take me to all my shows. And at one point, she switched her major from math to business management.
Right.
Just you know what I'm saying? Like she was so filled with love, and one of the reasons, you know, I proposed to her because she sacrificed so much, you know, even in those dating
Yes, sir.
stages. And I said, yo, I'm gonna give this woman the world, yo. You know what I'm saying? So she's always been supportive of my music, even now. I've made more dumb decisions to make her not support me, but she
Right.
always.
We all do, man. I've been there. Yes, sir. I've been there, man. Been there.
I, I done bought computers, speakers, microphones, t-shirts, machines,
Yes,
all
sir.
this.
Yes, sir. Just hey, been there, done that, man. I already know. I already know. But I love it though, man. That you know, rap in general, they don't show enough of that, and that's what I love
Yeah,
about the gospel rap side. That I know a ton of gospel rappers that's married, and I know a ton of gospel
yeah,
rappers that DJs and anybody that work in that space, that's just married, and women, the women rappers too. They got husbands that support them, and so I
oh yeah,
love
oh yeah,
seeing that. I love hearing the stories, but I've also heard the stories of wasn't no support. Uh, and I don't want to get into that, but I've heard
yeah.
that.
I've seen it, man, and
Yes,
it's
sir.
and it's very unfortunate because wives are here to be our helpmeet, You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And we are here to sacrifice for them like Christ did the church. So
Right.
it goes two ways, man. So
Right.
it's unfortunate to hear that, but look, she coming in.
She stuck her head in the door.
You
She stuck her
helping
head.
me, Ron.
Right,
You
right,
helping
right,
me.
right, right. Hey, man. Hey, let me tell you, bro. Hey, been there. Let me tell you, man. Been there and done that because I tell people, I said, man, I said it need to be just a component, and maybe I don't know. Maybe we can do this with a podcast. I don't know. It ain't dropped in my spirit or nothing yet, but it need to be a component to show that side of gospel rap more. That
Yeah, yeah,
when the husband and wife is working together, and getting on
yeah.
that road. Man, my wife been up and down that road with me, man. I'm talking about
Man,
from the
man.
what the Bible say, the hedges and the highway. I'm talking about the big city. And look at, we pull up to some cities and we look at the GPS like, say, man, is this where we supposed to be? This backyard Mississippi
Man.
somewhere. I'm like, say, man, we behind these trees. And they be like, yeah, you in the right place. I'm like, oh, okay. So she been there, man. Been there and
Yes.
done that,
Yes.
and still continue
Yes.
to this day. So I love that about her. And I love seeing when other artists have that same component because it's key. It's necessary, man. It's necessary. Let me ask you this, bro. We got a few more minutes on this thing.
Uh-huh.
You just dropped the project with God's Warriors, man. I heard the snare.
Yeah.
That thing bumping,
Yeah.
man. I plugged it in on these I got these what's these things here? These 8-inch, I got 8-inch monitors and 15. I cut the 8 song and they had this thing yoking, man. Tell us about this project, man. What you trying to do with it, where you want to go with it.
Oh yeah, man. So I just released this single Break,
Right.
called Break, featuring God's Warrior. God's Warrior is he's an artist, a Christian artist in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah,
I
we're gonna get
love
them
his
on.
music.
We're gonna get them
Are you
on.
gonna get him? Please get
Yes,
him
sir. We're
on,
gonna get them
man.
on.
Yeah, 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 man. We came together. We created a wonderful track. We just try to motivate people to not break, and I purposely released it during this time where people kind of get anxiety and
Right.
depression with the holidays and loneliness and family issues. And I just wanted to remind people to not break. That God is going to hold you together. That just trust in Him and accept His gift of love this season. And don't let any negative thinking turn you down. Don't let any enemies, any whispers, get you off tags. Just focus on the things that God has already promised you, and never break, never fold.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, shoot that. I'm gonna shoot something to your inbox, man. Shoot that one to the email. We're gonna put that one in rotation.
For
I'm talking about
sure,
call
so
it's cats need to hear that, man.
yeah,
I was talking to MKJ, the project he just put out. I told him, I said, man, that thing bumped. The video solid.
hip hop
Everything.
culture.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that thing bumped.
Yeah,
I told myself, man, you got in front of that green screen and get loose on that green screen. And then,
yeah,
and
yeah.
what's them boys in Memphis? Crown 901. I said they got y'all looking good up there in them town. Him and Preacher Man up
Shout
there.
out to Crown
Yes,
901.
sir.
Shout out to Crown 901.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you this, man. What's next for Ty, man?
Man, just like you said, bro, being that player coach.
Yes, sir.
There are some young people in this city that I see, they're 16, 17 years old, that truly got a heart for God and
Right.
is very talented. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm trying to be the Ron Daniel, the Super Mario, the C Mike. I'm trying to help these, young people avoid some things that I avoid, and, to see what they really want to do. Do they really want to do this and just, allow their gift to worship God, or they want to do this, you know what I'm saying, to tour, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I love it. I love it. And I be telling these young cats, and they love me too. I
Right.
be like, I open the door for y'all. You can't do it this way. You're not gonna come in this booth and freestyle this whole song. I need you to write.
Right there. Hey, man, what's wrong with these boys? Man, look here, man. Let me jump on that real quick. I said, man, y'all better quit listening to these boys. Talking about they doing a whole 15 song album and they freestyle everything. Y'all better quit that mess, man.
Don't do that.
I said, man, them boys be lying out there, man. I said, y'all, man. I said, well, y'all, they sell pencil and paper for a reason, Joker. No. Write that song down. Them boys ain't freestyle no whole. How many bars is that? 15 songs tied. What's that? 16, 15? I can't
Right,
even
right. Come
Them
on,
boys
man.
ain't
Even
freestyle
if there
all
was, even if it was true, I don't even know if I want to hear a whole 15-track freestyle album.
No, man, them boys, and the ones who got the bread, they paying ghostwriters now. I said, man, that's the industry. That's what they do.
That's
You know,
the industry. You're right.
that's what they
But
do,
yeah,
dog.
I'm caught up. I'm caught up on recorded music, so I'm gonna release them as it go.
Right,
But I love this the background now, and just we building something here in the city. So shout out to
right.
my label Standard Media that's really helping me develop these young artists that you will see very soon.
Talk about. I was about to get into it. Talk about standard media, man. What was it that that got you to start standard media? I'm gonna say this too before you answer. I
Mhm.
love that. I had a conversation years ago. I think me and Super Mario, we had this conversation 2 years ago about
Mhm.
how rap artists, especially the artists, the rappers, going to these labels, and the labels ain't signing
Mhm.
the cats up. Cause they say, hey, we'll sign you up, but you can't say you talk about Jesus too much. Just say him, and we give you
Yeah.
what you want. And I'm like, just take that same info and start your own thing. Somebody said, well, how did you start Divine Seven Entertainment? I said, man, I knew them boys weren't gonna sign me. I said, I had one legit person was like, hey man, I know you from the South. I like how you get down. I wanna sign you. He said, but man, you talk a lot of Jesus. He said, but he said it's bumping though. I said, well man,
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I I can't have the gift God gave me smothered by a country.
Yeah.
I said I can't get down like that. So what was it that made you start standard media, and what's your goal with it? What's your purpose with it?
Well, yeah. So Standard Media, I didn't actually start it. It's one of my best friends
Right,
started it. His name is Jerry Wilson.
right,
He's a pastor in Memphis. That also gave me my first youth pastor gig.
right,
Um, what I liked about Standard Media that it started off just as a youth ministry. So we was just going into a high school and doing a church service on Thursdays,
right,
and we'll do this church service in the auditorium of the cafeteria, and we'll promote it in the auditorium of the high school, but we'll promote it during the day in the schools in the
right.
cafeteria, the lunches, you know what I'm saying. And by the end of the year, we had over 180 committed students every
Mm.
Thursday, you know what I'm saying, from elementary to youth ministry. And what we learned is young black kids love hip hop.
They man, they eat it up every day, dog. Every day, love it, man.
So how we gonna keep them, what I'm saying, coming, how we gonna keep them motivated?
Right,
And
right,
that kind of brushed out to, well, let's get a couple beats. Let's
right.
create some songs. Let's create some songs for the ministry. And that turned into, let's develop some artists. And it's really what I love about Standard Media, that it's centered in youth ministry. Like,
Right,
if you buy one of my albums, the money goes to the youth ministry. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
Like I get my money off merch and shows,
right.
which I'm totally fine with, because I love being able to serve. You know what I'm saying? So me
Mm-hmm,
knowing if you bought my CD is going to help a young kid in North Memphis, then
mm-hmm.
that's a win. So that's why I'm signed to Standard Media, and I'm probably going to continue to stay with them and help build, because they're for the young people, and
Right,
that's who I'm for. Mm-hmm.
right. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. We hit that hour, bro. Tell me this,
Yeah.
man. Yes, sir, man. Hey, let me tell you, man. I'm gonna say this before you go. I gotta tell everybody this that come on this show, man. You know how people give out flowers. We ain't giving out no flowers. We give out this thing called the Hog Award, and the word hog
Oh,
mean Hall of Glory, because you put in that work, dog. You put in that grind, and you still doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? I tell people
yeah.
all the time. I said the one thing I've seen, and I keep my ear to the ground on everything. I see it. I'm talking about from coast to coast, and then With this other page we started called the Pros page on Facebook, we up to like almost 2,500 just artists and DJs only.
Yeah.
And so now I see the game globally. I met cats in Africa. I met cats in the UK,
Wow,
Australia,
wow,
places I
wow.
ain't never been. They say, "Hey man, let's do something." I said, "We can't." I throw a joke on there from Africa, man. I say I got some hot, and we mix some Africa with some of this Southern gumbo and make these boys see some. So man, we give out the Hog Award here for cats who putting it down, man. We salute you. We appreciate you, man. This ain't no show talk stuff. You know how folks talk all that fluff because it's a show,
Yes.
and then they get off and they be like, man, I ain't talking to Titan no more the next year. Nah, I don't get down like that. If I see you in
Yeah.
Memphis, Joker, I'm gonna pull you over. So
Oh
I tell you,
yeah.
yes
Oh
sir.
yeah.
Them cats know when I step in Memphis. Hey, where y'all live, man? You know. So, so my thing is, man. Hey, we salute you, bro. Keep doing your thing, man, cause we need you in the game, man. We need you in the
Yes, sir.
game. We need y'all in the game. Any last words, man, before we get off this thing, Doc?
Man, bro, I just, I appreciate you. I thank you. You know, it- we kind of talked about people, kind of, leaving the faith or leaving the
Right,
genre, you know what I'm
right.
saying? And to be able to be in this moment right now talking to you about, what I'm saying, the things that we've done over the years,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's just amazing, bro. And I thank you for this opportunity, and I thank you for doing the things that you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful, bro. I'm just grateful.
Man, we appreciate hearing that, man. It's I tell you, Cass, man, it's you know, hey, I know you know when I say this, but I tell Cass all the time, we can make this stuff look easy. I said, but
Yeah.
it ain't easy. It's getting up here. Look here, I'm up here in this studio punching every button by myself. Hey, I'm looking at the timer. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 monitors in my face right now and a laptop punching all these buttons. And they like, man, I said it look easy, but my thing is, again, with this podcast, we want to showcase and celebrate gospel rap. I think what I love what I'm saying is like what C Michael and them doing with their podcast now. It's like all these cats now figuring out we have to build out the media side of gospel rap now. We can rap all
Yeah.
day. We got beats and tight CD covers and we got the merch and all that stuff, but we need these outlets so cats can be
Yeah.
seen and heard, and
Yeah.
just put it out there so people can say, oh, okay, I know who is this Titan dude down there in Memphis? Who is this dude in MKJ in Memphis? Who is this? We had
Yeah.
we had DJ Matt Cummins on yesterday. We like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We got him on, man. That was a good interview too, man. I told him, I said we got to get him back on. I told him, I said anytime I'm in Atlanta, I ain't been to Atlanta, man. I want to say at least almost a year. Almost, well, yeah, almost. Yeah, I ain't been in Atlanta almost a year. All this COVID stuff hit. But I told
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
anytime
Yeah.
I'm in Atlanta, I'm there. So, man, we salute you, man. Keep doing your thing. Anything we can do, man. I'm just an inbox away, man. I shoot my info in there, man. And just and keep doing your thing, bro. Keep doing
Yes,
it, man.
sir.
Cause we need you in the game. And on that note, man, we're gonna end the show. Let me click this over. We still learning these buttons, man. Hold on, look, I done pressed the wrong thing. All right, y'all, that was Titan. Let me click this button, make sure we don't click it out. That was Titan all the way from Memphis. Big salute to Titan. Everybody doing their thing in the air town. Listen, that was good, man. That was good. That was good. Another good interview. That was another great double hitter. Listen, y'all, if you just tuning in, I love doing this. Whoever looking at this, you see me slapping my hand, you see me licking my lips and rub my hand, cause I love gospel rap, man. I love it that much. I seen what it do for the soul. I seen how it help people and artists like who you just saw, Titan, and the first artist we had on today, MKJ. They putting it down. I call them the Young Kings, cause I remember when they started, and now to see them 10 years later, they still got that zeal and still get that grind and still get that hustle about it. You know, that's cool to see, and that's encouraging to see too, because you know, excuse me, we need, I ain't gonna be rapping forever. You know what I'm saying? I got a few more bangers and me left, and then I'm done. But to see the young kings come up and basically take the mantle and keep going while we build out the media side. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing that. You know, I love celebrating cats that's getting down and they really, really in it for the right reason. You know, gospel rap, it has its up and downs. You know, and if you're just not tuning in, you heard some of it. But you know, it's what we doing here on the refill. We looking to really build this podcast into a successful podcast venture. So artists from wherever they are around the world can come here and just get it off their chest, play music, tell us about what they doing in their city or their country, and we show it to y'all and showcase it to y'all. So also one last thing too, listen, we need donations. Listen, the Bible says money answers all things in Ecclesiastes. Now somebody looking at this probably like, oh, here you go asking for some money. I am, because I believe if you close mouths don't get fed. And so we need money to grow this venture, to grow this podcast. You work for money. We need bills to we need money to pay bills. We need money to get gas for our cars. If you want to go out to eat the Burger King, it costs money. You go to Walmart to shop, it costs money. You want lights on in your house, you got to pay the light bill. So everything is paid by money. And so during today we did get, I'm going to shout out somebody real quick. We did get a donation today from Trey Lay Tally. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for supporting the show. And Trey, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Trey Lay Tally donated to the show today, and we appreciate your donation because it takes money to build what we are doing. You know, it takes money to build a professional platform. And if y'all like what y'all see and if y'all like what y'all heard, y'all can look down in the comments and you'll see the donation info. We are on Cash App and Venmo at $ Skyway Media. You can donate there. Any amount will do. Any amount. Also, we are on PayPal. Just go in the comments. You'll see the info about donate because we need money to grow what we doing. We need that money. Now I'm going to try to sing a little bit. That money to grow what we doing. I'm not a money hungry dude, but I'm for real. Listen, if anybody looking at this, just imagine going to work for 40 hours in a week, and then it's time to get paid, and everybody got paid except for you, and they just look at you and they say, all right, thank you. And how would you feel? So it's like you do the work and you don't get paid. You feel bad. But what we doing here is we need money to build and to grow and to stay on the internet, to branch out, to reach out, to, you know, get all kind of things we need to grow. And so if God move on your heart to donate, any amount to do. I'm not on here telling y'all to form $100 line, $1,000 line, or $5 line, or $10 line. Just any amount to do. People do donate to the show. And I'm just keeping it a book with you. People do donate, and we appreciate everybody who donated and has donated to the Refill Podcast. Trust me, your money is going into something good. We're not buying Jordans. We're not buying trips. We're not buying these fitted hats with your money. We buying things that we need to stay on the internet. This is an internet-based show. So we got to stay on the internet, but we got to have the technology. We got to have the functionality. We got to have all these things to make a show look good, go, and grow. And so go and grow. So if you want to donate, look in the comments. You'll see the information there. Any amount will do. And we will shout you out. Any amount. We'll shout you out and just tell you, thanks for, just partnering up with us and being a partner of the show. And so on that note, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight on the Refill Podcast. We're going to see y'all next Thursday. We got 3 shows next week. Thursday and then 2 on Friday. And then the third week of this month, December, Thursday, Friday, 2 shows. I'm sorry, the next 2 weeks, I'm saying a lot. The next 2 weeks, We have a show on Thursday and then 2 on Friday for the next 2 weeks. So that's a total of 6 more podcasts. So we have that coming up this month. January is filling out real good, and then we're going into February. So we're looking to grow this thing and make it massive for the kingdom, but we need your help. Share this, like this. We have information soon about. We do have the YouTube channel. We're gonna upload all the videos on there. We have the Instagram page finally up, the YouTube up. We have the Twitter page up soon. What else? And the website. We have the website up. Hopefully next week we got a real good interactive website. We want y'all to see. And we just trying to grow this out for you. It's not necessarily for us. We know we have to man the station, but it's for you. We create entertainment for you, and we just showing y'all everything gospel rap because we celebrate gospel rap, everything about it, the artists, the DJs, the promoters, the influencers. And on that note, I'm about to jump off this thing, and we're going to see y'all next Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 if you're on the East Coast, 4 o'clock if you're on the West Coast. So we're going to see y'all next time. I'm your host, Ron Daniel. I'm your boy. Y'all pray for me. Holler at me. If you want to get on the show, look in the comments for the information. Send your music, send your bio, send everything we looking for show consideration. We will contact you. We're not looking for if you've been an artist for 50 years or an artist for 1 year. Just if you want to be on the show and talk about what you're doing in your city, let us know. We get y'all on there, and we're going to holler at y'all next week. I'm your boy.